everyone, this is CricketSong of Lunar Wisdom, and this video is going to be discussing the Witch's Pyramid. The first thing I want to tell you is that the Witch's Pyramid is called different things when we're talking about the concepts included in the pyramid. If you happen to be one of my online dedicants and you're watching this video, you can look at page 16 in the workbook, and that talks about the Witch's Pyramid. It's also called, and I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce this correctly, Voces Mysticae. I don't think that's how you pronounce it. Or the Four Powers of the Magus, or the Four Secrets of the Sphinx, or the Witch's Pyramid. And the reason why it's called the Witch's Pyramid is because you can envision it as a pyramid, or you can envision it as a pentacle. And the elements or the concepts that we're going to talk about are to know, to dare, to will, to be silent. And those are the four pillars. And when you have those four, then you bring in to go, and it connects the four, and then whatever it is that you're doing, your spell or your magic, will go. Now each of these, to dare, to will, to know, to dare, to will, to be silent, are all associated with an element. The first, to know, which is the first pillar that you need, is associated with the element of air. And when we talk about to know, we're really talking about knowledge here. To know your information, to know yourself as an individual, as a witch, as a magical practitioner. And I'm going to refer to a witch, being this is the Witch's Pyramid I'm talking about. So you need to know yourself. You need to know your perceptions of things. You need to know your fears. You need to know your abilities, your talents. You need to know the information, especially if you're going to cast a spell. But knowledge is something that is never ending. It's limitless. So seeking knowledge about a concept or a spell or whatever it is that you are, in this instance, to know the knowledge of the Witch's Pyramid before you go forward with anything, to gather the needed information, to do research, to do digging, to talking to others, to gaining all that intellectual, emotional, all the knowledge that you need in order to move to the next pyramid or the next point in the pentagram, which is to dare. So once you have all that information that you need, then you need to dare. And to dare is associated with the element of water. So when we're talking about to dare, we're talking about having that emotional energy, that emotion to conquer your fears, to conquer your obstacles, to believe, to have that emotional belief that you can carry through what you're going to do. In the workbook here I have to dare to do what you're planning to do. To dare to push all fear behind, be courageous and proactive. To dare to believe in yourself and your abilities. To get over whatever obstacles may be holding you back, which is basically fear. So you've gained all this information now, and now you have the belief, and you're daring to go forward. So then the next pillar or the next point of the pentagram we're looking at is to will. And to will is associated with the element of fire. And to will is will. When we're talking about doing magic, you need to have will. You need to have the internal power. You need to have your focus to be able to take your energy that you have within you, that will, and to focus it at a particular goal, point, whatever it is that you're looking to do. And in this case, if we're talking about me making this video, I've gathered all the information and the knowledge. I've decided that I'm going to dare, I'm going to overcome any fear I might have. So I've dared to set up the camera and sit in front of it, and then to will my internal power, my focus of energy to actually make this video, to do it, to actually will it to occur. In the workbook, I talk about willing to will to make the magic happen, to focus my energy, to practice meditation and visualization. You know, that's something that I do every day. But in order to do magic, you need to be able to visualize. And if I'm talking about just the idea of making this video, I had a visualization in my head. I saw myself sitting down on this sofa in front of the video camera and making the video. I had the visualization. I pre-paved my intention. And that is part of to will. To look towards and work towards your dreams or your goals, and overcoming, being able to overcome whatever stands in your way. So then that's the third pillar. So now we come to the fourth pillar, or the fourth point of the pentagram, and that is to be silent. And to be silent is associated with the element of earth. Now, there is a lot of interpretation in every pillar or every point of the witch's pyramid or the pentagram, but I find that this one brings a lot more diverse interpretation. I've read a lot of different articles and blog entries, and even have seen different videos in regards to be silent. So I'm going to share with you what it means to me. For me, to be silent means that I am going to think before I speak. And I'm not going to share everything with everyone. And even the things that I do share, I'm going to be very specific in the audience that I share it with. So there may be things that I might share with my coven that I will not share with my YouTube subscribers. There are things that I may share with my YouTube subscribers that I may not share with other offline friends or family. This is part of to be silent. This also talks about, for me, not sharing everything about what I believe, not sharing everything about what I do, and just keeping some things to myself or between myself and my relationship with God herself. It means that I will not boast and I will not brag about my accomplishments. This doesn't only pertain to magical workings or spiritual enlightenment. This pertains to everything in my life when I think about all these points on the pentagram or the pyramids. I include them in my everyday life. In the workbook, I also talk about not taking my magic for granted. Making sure that I do my magic and then I sit back and I allow it to occur. It means that, let's see, think before you speak, not giving good information to bad people. It also, when you think before you speak, it also talks about not using words to cause harm. Perhaps I witnessed a situation that occurred that may not shed someone in a very good light, that I don't take that information and then pass it on and don't cause harm in that way. So those are the four: to know, to dare, to will, to be silent. Air, water, fire, and earth. So when you have the 4 points, when you have the 4 pillars aligned, when you have all them ready, then gathered together, you then incorporate to go. You are ready to go. You are ready to evoke spirit. And spirit, I'm going to read from you from the from the workbook. It talks about taking the 4 pillars or the energies used in a positive way to help yourself and to help others. And that's just spirit comes or is present and is sort of that breath of life, or that that spark that brings the four elements together and works as a cohesive unit and allows the magic to occur. It's really important that you understand and you know before doing anything. And especially when you're dealing with magic, but I also feel like it's important in your life to do things without full knowledge and understanding the consequences of everything you do really puts you in a different vibrational frequency. So when you're utilizing the Witch's Pyramid or the four pillars, it's important to really look at the situation and to consider these things. So that's my thoughts on the Witch's Pyramid. Please share your insights, thoughts, or feelings either in a video response or in a comment. I look forward to hearing from you. And as always, I love you.